The last 5 years, I've built a lot of products. A resume builder, a task manager, AI headshots, and now a tool for creating YouTube thumbnails. And I always thought, if I build in public, post on social media, and keep pushing content, I will eventually get a lot of followers. 5 years later, my total reach across all social media platforms, newsletter, is about 5,000 people. That's not bad, but it's nowhere near enough to get a constant stream of new customers. To be honest, I thought after putting like 5 years into growing social media, I would be at like 100k subscriber across all my social media accounts. I could sell my products to a fraction of them and life would be good. But spoiler alert, that didn't happen. And even when I started to run ads, the results weren't really good enough to make a real difference. And this is something I had to learn the hard way. Most people don't buy the first time they see something. Think about the last time you saw an ad for something you liked. Maybe a gadget, a fidget toy, whatever. You click, the page is slow, you leave. A few days later, you see it again. Click again, but you're too busy, so you just forget it. And this can happen like 5, 6, 7 times, who knows? And what that means is, if I don't have a way to follow up, I'm basically just throwing away money into the void. And that's when I realized my problem wasn't the ads. It was that I had no follow-up system. No free traffic, no way to capture emails, no reason for people to keep coming back. So this time I built a system. I talked to my therapist, ChatGPT, and laid down the problem I currently have. And after a bit of back and forth, it came to the conclusion that running ads can be helpful, but with no system in place to keep visitors, users engaged, I won't make a big difference. I will just waste most of the money into retargeting the same people just to get them back onto my site. So the system has 4 parts. Let's start with the first one. I started with a blog engine I built from scratch. It finds my competitors, pulls the keywords they rank for, and write articles about topics my audience is actually searching for. Each article comes with an AI-generated image, SEO optimized headings, and a call to action that links straight back to my product. So what we are doing here is I'm using Firecrawl to figure out who my competitors are. I'm also using it to search for topics that we should write about, which is what I call the research step. Open my eyes, then writing the blog post, but also it is generating the images for each article. I also run this once a week with a cron job and GitHub Actions. Ideally, the system will run like 90–95% on autopilot. I can then make the final touches before uploading the blog post. And the cool part is, ranking well on Google also means we are more likely to get mentioned by tools like ChatGPT, Grok, or Claude. After years of ignoring SEO, I now have content marketing, hopefully on autopilot. Quick shout out to today's sponsor, Cloudways, the hosting platform that I'm currently using to host my application Premiere. The cool thing about Cloudways is you get the flexibility of a cloud hosting provider, but without the headaches of DevOps. So I can just SSH into my server and upload my project manually. So you can see I've already created my server here, and all I really have to do now is go to my project Premiere and run npm run build. Now we have built our project, and all we really have to do now is run this one command. This will push everything we have in our dist folder to Cloudways. To get your password, we can go to our server, and under master credentials, we can use our password, enter it in here, and then we will start to upload our project. And once it's done, we can go back to our server, click on restart. And once the server has restarted, we can go to applications and then click on the button here to see Premiere running on Cloudways. And yeah, if you're building anything with Vue or React, you can use Cloudways to host your project online. I've added the link in the description below if you want to check out Cloudways and support the channel. I think this one is big. I added translations. The English market is huge, but for every product you have like 20 or even 30 different competitors. But for example, the German market or the Spanish market, the size is smaller, but at the same time, we have fewer competitors. And a lot of people still search in their native language. And as a solo dev, I don't really need hundreds of customers per day. Just 5 to 6 sales per day would already bring this product to nearly 5K in revenue. 5 to 6 sales per day in these two new markets sounds very doable. So before, people visited my site and left. And I really had no way to contact them. Because at Resume Photo, people don't need to create an account. Which means once they have left my site, I had no way to contact them. But now I have this simple pop-up that is offering 20% off for their first purchase. And within 2 days, I had 7 subscribers and 1 even bought the product. That's a huge signal that I've been missing for 5 years. And lastly, I added a free tool, a profile picture review. People upload their photo, get a score, and then see an upsell to try my paid AI headshot service. It's very cheap to run and it's kind of fun to use, so why not give it a try? And every person who tries this ends up on my email list, which is a nice bonus because I can then send them 3 emails to remind them, hey, we have a 20% discount. If you want to get your headshots, do it now. And now with all of these combined, I can confidently run ads now. What I wanted to have is a system in place where I can get the attention of the user. Now they can read blog posts, get a free review, or join the newsletter to get a discount. And even if they don't buy today, I can still reach them tomorrow. It's still early, but this seems like the foundation I was missing for the last years. So now really, in the next video, I will show you how I'm going to run ads with the system in place. If you have been building without marketing in place, don't wait 5 years like I did. Build the system first. That's it from my side. See you in the next one. Bye.